All right, welcome back to the latest edition of Spitball and Sports Podcast. I'm your host, John, with my good friend and co-host, Scott. What's happening, Scott?
What's up, brother?
Nothing. Just beautiful day out here in Western New York, isn't it?
We got to suck this up. We only get a couple more days. Man, I had to turn the heat on. What's up, Chris?
Hey, Chris, because yesterday
that was really, I didn't want to do it. And I'm like, I woke up the other morning and I said, holy cow.
Yesterday was terrible. Yesterday was so cold and rainy. I couldn't even.
And it's that gray, man. That's what kills me. It's that gray sky. I hate it. It just, here it goes depression mode for the next 6 months. Not full blown, but I can't get myself going as easy. It's amazing how much it affects you.
It definitely does. Today's beautiful. And I was going to, let's touch on something real quick, because then I got so much in the NFL I want to talk to you about, and I want to get your thoughts on Robin's thoughts too once she's available, because of course she's over here. Real quick on Major League Baseball, the playoffs have now hit to the point we're at the Final Four, and Major League Baseball must be upset. They got to be with the Dodgers getting eliminated. Because LA 111 wins.
Yeah, everybody predicted them to win the whole thing. We talked at the beginning of the season, and you had said that they were stacked, ready to go.
Yeah,
everybody expected them to be the team in the end.
And the Padres took them
out. Get knocked out so early, but hey, dude, any given day. I'm sorry, I mean, maybe the Astros are proving that wrong right now, but I mean, any given day, usually.
And these 7-game series, though, they usually, that's why I always hate the 1-game stuff, because sometimes it is really one day.
Just getting yourself into a groove, and that, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So the Padres did
series, you really see it pushed.
I think you see who.
About 6, right? Usually 6 games or 7. Usually
you don't see a sweep at this point, but I mean, I just think the Padres now. The Phillies have been great. They fired their manager Joe Girardi in probably early June, maybe. They fired their manager. That's how bad off the Phillies were going. They fired the manager. Well, here they are, tied 1-1 with the Padres, headed to they're in LA now, right? Or they're still in San Diego. I'm sorry. It's still the San Diego Padres. You do have one team left. The San Diego Padres, it's in San Diego tonight, right, Robin?
It's in
Philadelphia?
Yeah.
It's in
Philadelphia. They just played in San Diego. The reason I know is they showed Josh Allen was there, and he's in California right now. So that's the only reason I know they were in California.
Well, Philadelphia
is it 2-2, or is it in this series? Is it every other, or is it 2-2?
I think it's 2-2-1-1-1 is how they play it.
Is that how it always is, right across the board?
Yeah, they used to do a thing where it was 2-3-2. NBA used to do that. I'm not crazy about the 2-3-2 model of it, but tonight Phillies Padres game series is tied 1-1. For those of you out there that watch. What the hell's that? And for those of you that watch baseball, tonight it's Joe Musgrave pitching for the Padres against Roger Suarez for the Phillies tonight at 7:30. Now, the other one is the Major League Baseball loves this. You got the Houston Astros taking on the Yankees. The Yankees had every opportunity to get one out of Houston and did not. And
I want to talk to you about that.
And the Yankees, this has been going on for probably since 2009. They just, when they make the playoffs, can't put the ball in play. They have a hard time.
What is up with that?
It's weird.
What is up with it?
I don't know. They've had many opportunities to take one from Houston. I mean, yesterday, now Houston did something. You'll appreciate this, especially with the whole Miami and the weather. Remember all that? Houston opened their roof up. And
I saw that on the news. I saw a clip of that happening because I saw it when it opened, because they showed it on TV in a clip on something that I saw.
Aaron Judge in the top of the 9th, maybe top of the 8th. He hit a ball that the guy caught it over the wall. I
saw that catch. He was right over the wall, right?
They're saying that it was held up because the roof was open. That's what people were. That's what. Oh, Aaron Boone said it himself, the manager. And the wind.
Excuse?
Huh?
Is that just Aaron Boone clawing an excuse?
Whatever it is, it is. It was open. Whatever.
Why would you even say that?
I don't know, because you're just opening yourself up.
That makes you look.
Yeah, bad.
That makes you look weak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're literally grasping at anything to blame it on something other than he just didn't hit it far enough.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
I get wind can do things like that, but I didn't hear anything mention that it was really windy out there.
I don't know what the hell. You know what's funny? I didn't know the roof was open, and I was watching. I was watching the game. I didn't know the roof was open, but I saw Rizzo's jersey like a flap, like in the breeze, and I was weird. I couldn't understand.
It was windy
a little bit because it was, but whatever. I mean, that's not worth the. I just thought
it'd have to be a strong wind to have that kind of an effect on a baseball, wouldn't it? Traveling that fast. You
know what? In Minnesota, I think it was. I think it was Minnesota. Or it might have been the Phillies. One of those stadiums, and it wasn't one with a roof, so it might not have even been Minnesota. There used to be garage doors, and you've seen that in stadiums, where they bring big trucks and stuff, whatever. Yeah. There was one place that used to always open the garage doors when the visitors would bat, and then close them.
Oh, because it would probably cause
some kind of circulation.
Air to fly through there.
Yeah,
sure,
something.
Well, I could see that.
Yeah,
but opening. I don't know. I guess that's why I'm asking you. Have you ever heard this brought up ever before?
No, that was kind of foolish. It was foolish.
I was hearing them talk on sports radio this morning saying that if he loses a series, he's probably going to be fired.
Yeah, he should be at this point. I mean, there's been a lot. Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of. He's been there a while now, and they, he's been there probably since 2011.
I remember when he was a player on the team. I mean, I don't even follow baseball that much, and I remember when he played for them.
Yeah, that one, he had the big hit. He beat it was American League Championship Series against the Red Sox, and he had that walk-off. Yeah. To win the series. So we got Garrett Cole going up against Lance McCullers tomorrow at a weird time. 5:07 is first pitch in New York.
By the way, that other one, can I ask, who do you like? Who do
you like? Padres?
Yeah, because I see the lines plus minus 1.5. Which is pretty much the norm. It's almost like the 3 points for a field goal for football. So they're saying
I think it's so close. It's such a toss up.
Come on, John. I got 9 and change left because I of course bet that Hopkins was going to have over 60 yards last night. I had no doubt about that. But you know what really killed me on the whole thing, John? That big game last night. He didn't even score a touchdown.
No,
I can't believe he had all that
yardage.
But we'll talk about that later. But so I'm
the Padres. I like the Padres tonight. I like Musgrave.
Money line, or I got to see what the money line is. You can go on and I'll let you know what it is.
They can win. You know what? Let me do it this way. The Astros, the Padres and Phillies, I think, are closer than the Astros and Yankees are. As much as it kills me,
what I've heard.
I think the Astros are the better team. I just hope the Yankees don't get swept at this point. I think the Padres are going to split. I can't see them getting.
Like I told you, I listen to sports radio all the time. So they go through their baseball segments, and everybody's convinced that Houston's going to just take this whole thing. They're just that much better than the other teams is what they're all saying. Now, I know there's all the players there still from when they cheated, but
you see, it was them and the Dodgers, I thought, and then everyone else, like amongst the entire league. Why did
they fucking cheat?
Oh, way back in 2019?
Yeah, like they have most of the players they had then. Were they just not that good as they are now?
I have no idea but some of it's so fucked up. I don't even know. They were banging on the garbage can. I know that. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Did they show it that it happened a lot? Was it a constant thing that went on?
They were doing it a lot because teams were complaining. There would be teams complaining about the garbage can being hit. And
so what? So they were spying on every team, or just wait a minute. So all they were doing was watching the calls.
Yeah, someone had to be out there. Someone somewhere had to let them know what the catcher was putting down. If it was a curveball, fastball, whatever.
So there was some serious work that went into this.
There had to be.
Find out what each team's signs are. That's quite a bit of work, I would think.
Yeah, so it's
okay. That's a pretty good advantage. It's a phenomenal advantage.
The Blue Jays supposedly used to do it years ago. There'd be a guy, and I don't know why he would dress in all white with a white cowboy hat on.
He's wearing yellow in the parade. Everyone's wearing black. So
he's out there, and I remember watching the games, and the Yankees broadcaster would say there, and they'd show him. They'd say he's the guy that's stealing the signs. and giving it back to the Blue Jays. I don't know.
Is it legal?
No,
Obviously not.
No, I
can't
love
believe
stealing. I love stealing signs as long as you're doing it on the field. I like when if you got a guy on second who can steal the signs and
Oh, right. You don't want somebody up in the stands calling somebody. Right. I get
that
you.
kind of sucks. But when you're on the field, you can do it.
If they're that good, why they would have even needed to do that.
I don't know what the hell that was all about because they are good. Although I'll tell you, Jose Altuve is struggling. But there's a guy on the Astros. If you get to see him, his last name is Alvarez.
Altuve, as a matter of fact, the guy ran out the field the other night to get a selfie with him. How about that? He was trying to take a selfie with him. That
almost helped the Yankees. I was hoping it would because it was the top of the ninth.
A little bit of a break.
Yeah, and the closer was pissed. You could see because he just got done warming up, and then that all happened. So,
I get you.
It didn't matter. I think they got a shot tomorrow. The Yankees with Garrett Cole. It wouldn't shock me if the Yankees won both in New York, and it's 2-2. It really wouldn't. I don't know. It's just that now.
Who'd you say tonight? Philadelphia?
No, I like the Padres tonight.
Oh, you like the Padres? Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I'm doing it now. I'm taking my remaining $9.80 from my winnings of last week. I will win $8.45, and then we'll take that and we'll see if we'll move that on to the football bets tomorrow.
But
daughter's birthday this weekend, so I'm not going to I'll say who I would like to bet, but I'm probably not going to bet too much this week. I just been on a terrible
battle.
Horrible. I'm not the only one either because
you're not the only one.
I've been hearing it all over the place that people are losing left and right. But
now let's go to college football real quick because I know we got so much NFL. But college football, a big mix up with Alabama losing last week. So now you got your top four is Georgia, Ohio State, Tennessee, Michigan. Clemson, Alabama, 5-6. But one of it, Michigan, Ohio State's going to lose because they play each other. So, I'm assuming we're going to see Alabama pop in there again. But I was asked somebody this, Scott, and I wanted it for the show. Somebody I know who watches every Alabama game, just is an Alabama fan for a long time. What's up with Alabama? What is it? And because I didn't, for me, I had thought, and I guess he thinks it's kind of similar what I'm saying. They just haven't had anyone come forward yet as the guy. Like every year, when they'd lose one wide receiver, the next one would step in. You'd have some dynamic player. They just don't have it this year. They got the quarterback, but they don't have those spots like they normally do. I'm sure they're coming. But they're
usually like next guy up.
Yeah, that's a weird one. I don't know why that hasn't happened for them yet.
Did they lose out on anybody due to the changing of the rules with the money this year to the players? And
I don't think so. I don't recall. I haven't heard any complaints of that. I mean, their defense isn't as good as normal.
I mean, I remember hearing a lot of complaints when the money was going out and players were choosing where they were going. I know people were pissed.
Yeah.
And I heard coaches complaining, the ones that always win all the time are the ones that were complaining. But I didn't hear him specifically, but I had heard other ones complaining about it. I think they were complaining about Dion, right?
Yes, he was the one. Yeah, because he took that corner. He took a corner that everyone wanted, and they ended up going to Jackson State. To play for the best corner of all time, possibly too, Right. So it's interesting. I don't know. Alabama just seems to not have the same thing defensively. I mean, the defensive end. Jesus, why am I going to forget his name as usual? But anyways, I was talking about him before the season. He could have been people were saying maybe he'd be Heisman Trophy winner. Kind of not. Nothing's happening. It might be more defensively.
Didn't they lose their whole? Or no, that was Georgia. Georgia lost.
They lose everything, though. Think about all the Alabama.
Georgia lost their whole defensive line and went to the
draft. And Alabama does it happens to them too. I mean, they lose everything.
They're normally they're the NFL churners. They're the ones that set players up. Normally, it's almost like NFL, 2.0 down there, where they're pretty much that's what most of those programs are looked at as, right?
I mean, there's certain things.
The NFL, the players.
Yeah, at Bama, Georgia, Ohio State. There's certain positions that are just
Florida State.
They just are what they are, and they're incredible. And they usually get to turn it over. I don't know. I'm sure Alabama's going to get back in the playoff. I don't see why they wouldn't. They're better than Michigan. They're better than Clemson. They're better than even though Tennessee beat them. I don't know. But anyways, good for Tennessee winning that game. They got a good quarterback too. Other than that, there's some good games this week. Just to touch on real quick, UCLA number 9 plays at number 10 Oregon. That'll be a good
second, brother. My
battle.
dogs are going crazy. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. Number 20 Texas is going to be at number 11 Oklahoma State. Robin, you know that'll be a good one.
Yes.
Out in the you might want to come up a little, out in the Big 12, or what is left of the Big 12 now.
Right.
That'll be a good game.
Yeah.
What do you think about? Well, Tennessee. They're not better than Alabama, I don't think.
I don't think so.
I really don't.
No,
I just don't think they're better.
I don't think they are either.
I got some picks this week. I got 3 college football picks.
I've got
week.
1 college.
Do you got one?
Yeah.
All right, good. That's good.
Good. You guys are going to make me some money for Sundays, so I got money to bet with.
Oh, I got a deep.
I got Philly tonight, so I'll make it off of. I'm sorry, the Padres tonight,
right.
and then college football. I'm going to see what you got to say.
All right. You know what we should do, because we got a lot of football. So why don't we do our commercial now?
Okay, sure.
Take a commercial break so that we can come back.
Yeah, only 15 minutes in. It went by quick.
Let's do our commercial, because then there's going to be a ton. We got to talk about the Panthers, all kinds of stuff. We'll be back, and Robin has lost her mind.
Hi, Robin. I didn't even hear you.
All right, we'll be back in a moment, if I could find what the hell I'm doing as usual.
Digits 988 can save a life. If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988.
All right, welcome back. Let's get into the NFL a little bit. Big thing happened last night. I mean, because I wanted to talk about this real quick. Here, I'll show the little video clip I had, but then it got overtaken by McCaffrey.
Scene was on the sidelines. Argument between Robbie Anderson and one of the coaches. We believe that is Joe Daly, the wide receivers coach for Carolina. Obviously, we told you before, Matt Rule no longer the head coach there as of Monday in Carolina, and Robbie Anderson, a passionate player.
So there you go. We all know what happened there. I'm sure everyone watching seen it. And he left, but he gets traded to Arizona. And surprisingly for Arizona, I mean, I was shocked that Arizona. I mean, Carolina ends up with a 6th and a 7th round pick. So cool, good for them. But then last night, Christian McCaffrey, or yesterday afternoon, gets traded to the 49ers Panthers get a second, a third, and a fourth next year, and a fifth in 2024. And now remember, McCaffrey played for Stanford. He's a West Coast guy, so he's almost like going home, even though he's from Colorado. So it's kind of a great fit for everyone, possibly.
Sure.
I mean, you know what it is, Scott? I'm looking at this always through the lens of trying to build a team, and I love this for the Panthers. I love everything they've done there.
Panthers. Very dumb for the 49ers, I'm sorry. But I think the Panthers are the ones that made out of that deal. They got out from under, what is it, 26 million or 26 or maybe it's 16 that they have to pay towards. I know they have to pay towards the contract next year, but man, I was like, who's going to take that contract? I knew Buffalo wouldn't take him.
Yeah, no.
I was wondering who was going to take that contract. I mean, he's got to restructure. There's absolutely no way the 49ers can afford to pay him that. But not only that is, when it first came out that they were asking for number ones, I said, they don't want to trade him. Because if they did, how can you justify that? The dude's had his first healthy season in 2 years.
Right.
He gets hurt so much, and he's their whole offense. So it's usually just a matter of time for him. I love him as a player, and he's great, and I wish he didn't get hurt so much. I don't see him. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets hurt because the way the 49ers are going to use him.
Yeah, if I think about it, the 49ers now have, I mean, they got all you could want. You got Kittle, you got Ayuk, you have Deebo Samuel. If let's say McCaffrey
prepared for Deebo Samuel all over again. Really? Right?
Yeah.
He's similar. I mean, Deebo could go right back there and be a running back.
And I think it's better. I'm sure Samuel's got to be, because he wants to play wide receiver.
Are you kidding me? That dude's like, thank God they're not going to ask me to do that shit anymore. But they probably will, because no one's going to expect them to.
They got what you would want. They got a good offensive line. So maybe they feel they can win. Well, they can. The Rams are hurting. They're not. The 49ers can win the division.
How about that? The Rams were in this too.
Yeah.
Because I believe they already released her. They're trying to get away from Cam Akers, right?
Yeah, they're trying to trade him away at the deadline.
What's that all about? Is
something's been I don't know what it is with Akers, right? I mean, I don't get it.
He was really good last year.
In the Super Bowl, he was outstanding. Yeah, in the playoffs.
And then he's probably pissed. I think these guys are opening their mouths a little bit more now than they have in past years. I think players feel a little bit more, I don't know, they get a little more guts now. They have more balls. They're seeing that you can bitch to the coach and maybe get what you want.
Yeah.
And it's happening more often than it ever has in the past.
Oh, it sure has. Yeah. Well,
and these guys are getting example, the only reason just because I'm on that little topic, look at Kyler Murray with Cliff Kingsbury last night.
Yeah. Yep.
Calm the fuck down. Calm the fuck down. That's what he was saying to his coach.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, that's just the way the inmate. I mean, I'm not going to say that, but it's just.
They kind of run the asylum for the moment.
Yeah. DJ Moore is the next to go. DJ Moore is the next to go
anywhere.
25 years old. I think they're going to move him.
Do you think? I was hearing rumblings today that they're not.
Oh, okay.
That I guess they came out and said that he's in their future plans because he's so young, maybe.
Yeah, 25.
I know. So I don't know. That's what I heard, but until I see a coach come out and actually say that, I don't know. But that was the word that I had heard.
And I'm very, San Francisco has next year. I think they have like 2 3s and 2 7s. I don't know, something crazy. They have no draft next year, the 49ers. Like, it's pretty, I think it's a couple 3s.
Do they even need anybody? Are they close to possibly losing one of their big name players on their offense? They're all locked up, right?
I think they're good. Yeah. I don't know. There's no problem. And McCaffrey's, you're right.
So you've got a good couple of years with this offense.
They got to find a quarterback.
I think, dude, Jimmy G's that's what's going to make him. I know that I love Jimmy G. I like him, man, because you know what? The guy
I like him.
It's almost like he's never gotten out from being underneath Tom Brady's shadow, I don't think.
Right.
And I mean, he is who he is. He's like a Trent Dilfer type quarterback. You ask him, just don't lose the game for us, buddy. Sometimes he has good games. Sporadically, he does, and he's pretty accurate. I mean, and he wins, man. That's the thing with Jimmy G. He wins all the time, but he doesn't win the big games. That's the reason problem. He can always get you there, but he never takes you over the edge. Because hasn't he gone to 2 Super Bowls with San Francisco?
I know he went to 1, and then I think the NFC Championship last year. I know. Okay. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Maybe a couple.
So he's gotten there each time, but see, that's the problem. Jimmy G's a guy, got all them players around him. Awesome. I mean, it's like Baltimore was able to overcome it with Trent Dilfer because their defense was just so good. Fantastic. The 49ers defense is good, but it's not, I don't think it's good enough to make up for Jimmy G's where Jimmy G lacks, right? Not like he turns the ball over. He's just not. You need an 80-yard pass with a minute left in the game, and he's probably not throwing it unless it's to Deebo Samuel and he runs for 60. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, that's where if Lance wouldn't have gotten hurt, and let's say he was a dynamic player, this team would be really, I think they could still make the NFC Championship. Why not?
I'm sorry to say this, but don't you think Trey Lance getting hurt was probably the best thing for them? Because now they're just winning.
But I don't know.
But he just wins, man.
His career might be done, though. I'm thinking. Because how many years? It's going to be a full year plus before we see him again?
Because of how bad he looked when he came out.
And then he's hurt.
It's just going to be like you're a backup?
Maybe because the injury. Now it's like I say, it's a year plus, right? Because it's the knee and the whole deal.
You might be right, dude. He might get stuck, unfortunately, having to go prove himself somewhere else.
I think the
Carolina.
Maybe. Carolina.
Just kidding.
Yeah, right. Last night, you touched on it for a minute. Arizona wins 42-34, and at least it was entertaining for the people.
Oh my God, the Red Rifle! What a first half! That poor guy.
And then he explodes in the. You
know what? And that's what I love about football, right? Is a guy can have probably, I'm thinking, the worst first half of his career as far as those pick sixes on him. I mean, dude, I was getting ready for bed and I looked, I'm like, oh, okay, there's like, I don't remember how many minutes, I'm just guessing here. It was like a little over 2 minutes left in that half. And I'm like, it's 14-14. Okay. And Arizona's okay. All right. Well, Dale's got, okay. Or not Dale's, New Orleans. I'm like, okay, they got the ball. I'm going to go to bed.
Right. And then
I'm making my bed and everything, dude. And I plugged my charger in and I just looked at the score again. And I swear to God, dude, it was like so fast. It seemed like it happened so fast. I looked at my phone. I'm like 28-14 at halftime. I'm like, wow, what did I miss? And I went back and I looked and I'm like, oh man, the one was the tip ball. But God, that poor guy. I always liked Andy Dalton, man. I rooted for that dude, even in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's what I love about football. The dude goes into the locker room, calms down, talks to the guys. The one wasn't his fault. And they get their shit together and they almost come back.
Yeah.
I mean, I am not impressed with Arizona, dude, at all.
No,
if those defensive touchdowns did not happen, they probably would have lost that game last night.
They probably lose. Yeah, and they're both, what are they?
Worst, and I'm going to say it next week. I said it last week. Kyler Murray, worst re-signing out of any QB there is. He forced it. They did it. Dumb move. He's not that good. He's just not that good.
They certainly they acted like they were. Yeah, they acted like they had the gun to their head. They acted like they were just, and I don't know why.
Remember his agent released that letter. He does this. He's done this. He's done that. I've never even seen an agent ever do that before. I mean, I know go to the ends of the earth for their clients, but I've never seen an agent release a letter like that and put it on.
Think about how messed up the whole relationship is, because I had never seen a team come out and say that this guy is playing Fortnite or whatever, or all that bullshit. See, that was. Yeah, Call of Duty. That was terrible. That was unbelievable.
Dude, that's going to be around his neck for the rest of his career. I've heard it 10 times in the last week.
And I think that organization shouldn't have done. I think that was terrible. I mean, there was no reason for that all to be said by that. That's why I think
maybe they had. Who knows, man?
They won't win again.
Tyler doesn't talk a lot, so it's really hard to get a finger on his personality. But who knows, dude? Maybe he's one of those guys that you have to, everybody's personalities are different. Maybe you have to approach it like that with him. Maybe they had already talked to him about it in the past and it was an issue. And they were like, Scott, if we're going to resign, you're demanding this money. You've got to know you're going to.
You can't let You can't get that. My problem is you can't let that get out into the universe.
That was on purpose.
You can't. When you do that, I believe other people won't want to go there, because I still believe in sports and all the sports.
It depends on a lot. It depends on what the offensive players are telling other friends that they got. Maybe Kyler is like that, and these guys, they're not going to come out and tell us, but I'm sure they talk amongst each other. It might come out that he's really bad at that shit. Preparing. Could be.
And he might be. My whole thing is, though, in every sport I've ever, just watching, and you see, anytime a head coach or an organization goes to the media and puts things out there like that, it just happened the other day in hockey. It's bad. It's bad because
Didn't
Twitter.
They just get his contract and read it? I mean, isn't that public information or no?
No, I don't think so. No, you could never know.
That was purposely leaked then.
Yeah, and that's terrible.
I wonder by which side that was. Why the Cardinals? Why would they do that?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, you just signed him, and now you're just. I don't know. That sounds weird to me. Oh.
Yeah, it was very weird. When I heard it,
I gotta.
Yeah, no problem. Go ahead, go get him. Go get the little guy. Wasn't it strange, Robin?
Yeah.
When they released that, when that came out.
Yeah, there's no reason to put that out there.
No, I was rooting for it. It made me root for him because of that.
Me too.
Because I cannot believe the Cardinals, and as an organization, that's going to be terrible. You are going to, I believe, people won't want to play in a place where they're going to put, that stuff you would probably want to keep behind closed doors. We saw with the Maple Leafs just the other day.
Yeah.
Where the coach says what he says, and then all of a sudden players are asking, what do you mean we're not playing? No, you can't do that. You just can't. And it's been going on since I was in the 70s to now. No, and it's worse now because of Twitter and everything else.
Yes.
And with everybody watching and reading that stuff. So it used to be, people were mad when it was just newspapers. Remember? It was just a newspaper thing.
Right.
And it was in sports talk radio, and not like the social media that just doesn't let things die. I mean, you become one of those memes or something, you become one of them for life.
Sorry, man.
And it just doesn't end.
A little WWE action going on in the kitchen. They don't usually fight like that. That made me a little nervous. That's why I had to go in there.
Yeah, no problem. When I saw them the other day, they were fun. They're good.
Oh, they're blessed. Oh, they loved you, John. They were all over you, dude.
I saw one of your pugs. I saw someone at the store the other day who had one as their, what do you call it? They can bring them to the store. They had the vest on. What do you call that, Robin?
Service dog.
Service dog.
Right.
That was fun. I thought that was fun. Looked just like them.
Mine couldn't behave enough to go in there. It'd be bad. It'd be bad. Well, you saw it firsthand.
Yeah,
John. They run the
house. Robin, you got some questions for us?
I do.
Why don't you throw some questions at us? Hold on.
Right.
Let me let everyone know what we're doing. It's the voice of Robin. Go ahead.
I love that.
So there's 10 3-3 teams.
Okay.
I'm going to list them for you guys, and I want you to tell me who is best off amongst these 3-3 teams and who's worst off.
All right.
We've got the Dolphins, Patriots, Ravens, Bengals, 49ers, Rams, Seahawks, Packers, Bucks, Falcons.
All right. Right now, for me, I think these teams are. I think these teams are good. I don't know what might happen. This is just. I think if I think Miami, Baltimore, Cincinnati, and Tampa, I think they're good. I'm not saying they're going to win a Super Bowl, but I think they're good. New England, the Rams, Seattle, and the Falcons. Now I'm missing two. Who did I miss there?
The Packers.
The Packers.
If they don't sign a wide receiver, they're in trouble. They might as well call it a season, dude.
Yeah, I know.
So they did that to themselves. They did it to themselves, and I just can't believe it. I really don't understand it. You sign an aging wideout. I get it. He's his buddy, but still, Cobb's contributed, but still.
Now he got carted off. He's done.
Well, he's done. Yeah. And now you're relying on these guys that you're complaining you got to simplify the offense. I'm honestly astonished. Like, this is the last few years of Aaron Rodgers' career. I can't believe they went into the season with this group. I really can't. Sammy Watkins, notorious for missing, always hurt. The guy's never, I don't even know if he has ever had a full season I don't think he has ever played a full season in the NFL.
Well,
I don't know. Might have been his first year, but I believe he was hurt the first season.
I don't know why they didn't keep Valdez-Scantling, or whatever the hell his name is.
I can't believe they didn't either.
They should have just kept him along. I mean, they brought him
return with Sammy Watkins is a guy that's never on the field.
Because I know, and they brought that kid along. It's kind of messed up that they didn't try to keep. I don't know what they're doing.
Unfair to that Romeo Dubs and I don't know who their other guy is.
I like Dubs. I mean,
Lazard. I mean, those guys are not number one wideouts. Like Lazard is not a number one. I'm glad if you're giving me opportunity, that's great. You do that in training camp, but he's not a number one. He's just not that special. He's a great receiver, but he doesn't.
And you're right. I mean, to do that with, I mean, I just can't believe Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. It all is weird.
I've been waiting for them to do something here. I expected them to. Seriously. Odell Beckham is not going to go there. If they're not a competing team, which
not now,
they've not been playing the way they should have. The defense, I expected it to be way better than it is this year.
Yep.
And
it's one of those teams.
The teams go, I agree with you on all your picks. Tampa, dude, I'm not even seeing him making the playoffs. I think Tom Brady's just. I think maybe age is catching up with him. His drama outside of football is bothering them, and I think it's going to hurt. That divorce is going to go on for a while, dude. That shit's going to bother him all year. That isn't going away like next week. He's signing something. I don't see that because they've got a lot of money between the two of them. That's going to go on all season, and the jokes are going to go on, and it's going to agitate people. I think the Bucs are smoked. I really do.
Interesting. I still like them. I still think they can. I still think there's going to be a run.
Team I want to add into the group that you didn't. Fucking Seattle, dude.
Yeah.
I cannot. Pete Carroll is going to come out of this like a genius. Look at Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
It was obviously Russell Wilson that was holding Seattle back. It was not the coach. It was Team 3 and all his other cute shit that he does. And he's just not the same quarterback.
No, he looks old. He's old and slow. I guess that's just it. It's just all. It's
prematurely, really. It's kind of.
How old is he? Like 30? What's he? 33, 34? I don't know what
he's a pretty athletic dude. Those guys usually last for a while. About 35, I would peg him at for the end of his career, probably.
Yeah.
If he can remain healthy. But I'm thinking he might not even ride out this contract, dude. He might. I wonder what they're on the hook for. I don't remember.
Got to be huge. I don't know, but it's huge. It's big. It's huge, right? I mean,
so they have no choice, right?
Yeah. No, because they're another team that has just done. I mean, some teams just really, and I get it, but their want for a quarterback. I mean, they just you know what I mean. It was
elevating.
It was like kind of hasty. It was so quick, and it just I don't know. You know, there's a lot of teams that, like I was, you know,
by the way, Robin, great question.
Oh yeah, great question.
Thank you.
The Jets and Giants, by the way, I love those two teams. I really like watching them. And they're very good.
I love the Giants.
The Jets are awfully. The
Giants is
they're good.
Awesome. The Jets,
they're very good.
Yeah, but
their defense is awesome.
I gotta see some. Their defense is great.
They're good.
I gotta see some consistency now. Zach Wilson's not winning me over overnight. I like him. I do. My second favorite team has always been the Jets. Unfortunately, they're in my division, but New York team, and that was a team. I was a big fan of Al Toon back in the day. I love that guy. He's a great wide receiver. I'd like to see him do good. Not against us, but I got to see him stack wins, man. You know how it is. They got to start. You have to stack them. If the defense and the offense are just like this, it doesn't.
They're going to win. I think they'll win this week in Denver, and then that's going to be a signature win.
Division in football.
What's that?
Could we have the best division in football?
Isn't that amazing, considering what we thought was going to be?
Fullback is going to be unreal.
They're good. They're good.
Hopefully, I hope the guy stays healthy. I really do. I hope he doesn't. I hope he gets no more concussions, and I hope he's okay. I really do, because it makes everything more fun. I mean, everybody likes to watch your team blow out another team, but it's only good when the other team is really good.
But, because New England, I don't think is good. Honestly, I think they're
Bailey Zappi. That's a good story. I can't wait to watch this play out. Oh, New England's going to be at the bottom of the division, I think.
Well, doesn't Jones plays this week? Mac Jones is back, I think. Yeah. So
against the Bears, what do you do? If he loses, what do you do?
Oh, he'll beat the Bears, so that's fine.
What's going to happen though? Do you think Bill pulls him and puts Zappi back in?
That would be interesting if Chicago somehow, some way keeps it competitive.
Isn't this a little quick for Mac Jones to come back from a high ankle sprain?
Probably.
The ankle sprains usually kept guys out for shit, dude. It's gonna nag him the rest of the season if he's coming back a little early.
Yeah, and I don't even know why they're rushing him. Honestly, there's no reason
to
he
might be rushing himself. I think
probably.
I think rightfully so. He might be a little bit nervous because Zappy's playing so well, and he probably didn't expect it.
Yeah,
everybody pegged losses while he was out.
Yeah, no, you're right. Robin, give us your next one.
Next one is, does Dak Prescott have extra pressure because of Cooper Rush's performance?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah, definitely.
Public.
Yeah. Now, is he back this week?
Yes.
He's back. Who do they play this week? You got it written down somewhere.
Yeah.
Who does Dallas play this week? I forget. Oh, the Lions.
If they were to lose to the Lions,
oh God, yeah.
If they were to lose, you're going to hear that that whole world is going to turn on Dak Prescott. Media, fans, all of them. If he plays slightly bad, dude, they're all going to be calling for that guy. That sucks. I feel bad for Dak Prescott for that because sucks. Because it's going to, every time he plays bad, they're going to be calling for that dude.
And they're sitting at what? They're 4-2, right?
The Cowboys played great. I mean, I love that when that shit happens. You know,
I know.
The guy that nobody knows comes in and they, it's not the whole same old, they get their butts kicked. I love it.
And who's off? The Eagles are off this week. Okay. So I was just trying to see who they were playing. So they're off. Lions, Cowboys. I don't know. The Lions sometimes are weird. Yeah. They can put up a fight. Mm-hmm. And we've seen it. And they put points on the board. But
beginning of the season, the first 3 games,
they
played great every week. They might have lost, but they played good. Now it's like,
the wheels can,
They had the top scoring offense. Like, remember? They had the top scoring offense a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
In the league, they were the number 1 offense for scoring.
And then here they are. Now, with at Dallas, too, it's going to be a tough task for them. You got a third question, Robin?
You guys answered it.
We did? What was that?
It was about the Kyler Murray, Cliff Kingsbury.
Oh, that little sorry. Yeah, no, that's all right. I just
what we were talking about, so.
The whole thing with that, and I saw it, it's the way of the world. It's just the way it is. It's how sports are today. I mean, you've got to be careful how you talk to. It just is. It's just the way it is. You're going to see more of it.
If that was a different coach, it might have went down in a different way. Kyler Murray didn't he already have a relationship with the coach?
I think so. I think there was. Yeah,
prior in college. Was he his college coach?
Oh God, I don't think so. But I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay,
I don't know.
I'm curious. I don't know about college, or I think there was some sort of. Either way, they're both young.
Yeah,
they're young. So I don't know, man. I think that was pretty disrespectful. Myself, I've never seen a quarterback do that to a coach. That's kind of embarrassing. Like, they're already calling for Cliff Kingsbury to get fired.
Wow,
like, that doesn't help. That's not. Oh, dude, I've heard it for the past couple of weeks. They've been calling for it.
If I was him, I'd want out because I still can't believe what the Cardinals. We were just talking about this a bit ago. I still can't believe the Cardinals did what they did in the whole deal with Kyler Murray.
They have an anchor tied to their foot right now.
They said that he doesn't prepare,
and it's their own making. That's the funny part.
You can't expect to have players want to play there when you're going to go out into the public and tell them what their faults are. It's just not going to work.
Right.
And
it's like your boss giving you a raise and telling everybody in the company, "Yep, you got a nice raise today," but
lazy.
If he doesn't put out a lot of parts when he's working on Fridays.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure he starts putting more parts on it. For everybody, all right with that? You know what I mean?
And it's on Twitter.
It's like doing it for the whole team. They embarrassed them.
Yeah, terrible. I mean, absolutely horrible. I
wonder how many people had to sign off on that to be in there. That had to be a thing people talked about. There's no way.
Yeah,
There's no way. That had to be a discussion with the coach, everything. You know what I mean?
And if I was Kyler Murray, that's why I can't believe I didn't think he was going to stay. Because in my mind, I was thinking, this is what made me root for him. When that came out, I'm like, I hope he goes well. I hope he plays really well this year, just because of what they said. And because
he's kind of proving their point, though, isn't he?
I guess, yeah. But I know this.
If not, it at least gives the perception that he is.
I know this, man. Back in the 70s and 80s, I remember it with the Yankees of the 70s and the 80s. I mean, no one likes to be called out like that. You know what I mean? In that way. And now these guys are younger than me and you, so they I don't know. Their life is Twitter, right? Their life is online.
You don't have faith
Terrible.
in that person. It's almost like a prove it contract, right?
That's unbelievable.
Right? I mean, prove it. Okay. Prove it. Put it in writing. Prove it to me you're going to do it.
They completely I don't even know. They're
the whole contract as far as I'm concerned.
And the Cardinals deserve it. The Cardinals should not win another.
You know I can't believe he signed it with it in there. His agent was there, right?
Yeah, I'd love to know the real story of that.
Right. That's interesting. We'll find out, I'm sure, years from now, probably maybe when he's left the team or something else. They'll get to the bottom of that.
I look forward to that because it's unbelievable.
Because it's around that dude's foot for the rest of his career. Anywhere if he leaves and goes somewhere else, it's always going to come up. Oh, Call of Duty. Every time a Call of Duty gets released, it's going to get brought up.
Definitely. Yeah. This week I noticed, I don't know what they got. What's the deal with this, Scott? Maybe you know. Remember Thursday Night Football, they were just going to make sure. I think at a point it was like every team was going to get even the bad teams would get to play on Thursday night. You know what I mean? It was kind of like that thing. Man, this week coming up on Monday Night Football, I don't want to see the Bears on there. And there they are again to just do nothing but mock. And the Patriots in New England. And New England, and of course, Belichick is
Matt
if he
Jones
wins.
Is starting, John. There's a chance you could win that game. There's a good chance he might get a little, maybe feel like he's got to prove something, or that high ankle sprain's going to hinder him. You could have a good defensive game that game because your defense is good.
They're all right. Yeah, if he wins, he breaks George Halas's record for the most wins of a coach of all time. So there you go. There's your draw. Belichick beats the Bears in Chicago.
Of course.
In New England, not in Chicago. You see, I'm at the point with the Bears where I want them to lose almost as many games as they can so they can have a really high top 10 pick. I hope they trade Robert Quinn. I really hope someone
quarterback doesn't get slaughtered in the process and get injured or something, man.
I don't know if he'll get injured. I don't know what's going to happen anymore. You know what? And at the point where I still want someone to tell me, and they haven't been able to. All these analysts come on and talk shit, but no one has told me what they could have done that they didn't do in the offseason. What was it that they should have done that would have made such a difference into
if they
what
have
they
all
did?
These picks, why couldn't they have pursued a trade with another team and get a guy who's already? But the guy's got to want to agree to come there too. That might have been a problem that you just don't even know that they tried. Maybe they did try to trade for somebody.
There was one, and I can't remember what it was.
Players don't want to go to a team when they don't think, unless they know that quarterback or have some relationship with him. Other than that, look at what Stephon Diggs. Did you see that? I only say this, bring it up because I saw the interview when he was on the Von cast. He said Buffalo had reached out the year before, Josh Allen's rookie year, and he was like halfway through the season, they reached out, I guess, to the Vikings because of something he tweeted or something like that. And he said on the bye, he was like, nah, I don't know about all that they got going on in Buffalo because that's the sentiment here, dude.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Well, you got to change it.
So
that could be Chicago.
That could be why maybe they might have pursued people.
Hopefully
someone.
There was someone, and I can't remember the name of the wide receiver. There was.
There's great disgruntled wideouts every single year. Every offseason, guys are pissed and want more money or more catches.
What Carolina is doing is great. I think what the Bears are doing is great. The Jets in Jacksonville are starting to show the fruit of their labor of being bad for a little bit because those teams are starting to get a little better. The Giants finally.
Dude, if the Jets with that many first round picks on that team, if you can't win, it's definitely a coach. You can't have that much talent, dude. Well, you cannot have that much elite talent on a team and not succeed.
Yeah, they're doing well.
Terrible goddamn coach. It was just a matter of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's the only way to do it.
Dude.
Can't do it any other way.
Williams.
What's that?
Who's it for the Jets, right?
Oh, the defensive tackle?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That guy's awesome. That guy is awesome.
He's disruptive.
Dude, you know what? I love his personality. It's like he's a big child, like a big kid. He's hilarious. Have you ever seen him in any of his little?
I've seen him.
Hysterical. I love him.
And
he's cool. He's got a good personality. He's funny.
And I was glad when Gardner put the cheese on his head. Anytime he can, that was good. So, I don't know.
Aaron Rodgers in his own home. That's a big deal, dude.
Yeah, I loved
That's
it. But
very big deal.
we know what we should do. So, because we got to talk about what we're going to pick and everything else. Why don't we do this? We're going to do this now. Might as well. Let's go. All right, here we go against the spread. My favorite part of the show, even though I know we're struggling. Here is our numbers. By the way, we're so close. Look at us all. We're all jammed in there. So I think the whole world is like this. The whole country's 500, probably betting football.
I'm hearing so many people complain because it's just been such a weird NFL season, really.
Well, because
happening that no one expects to happen, and
you made a good point, though. You made a good point, I thought, a little bit ago, last week or the week before. We had the Raiders. All these teams are going to be great in our minds, and it just didn't. I don't know. I think that's what screwed everything up.
Look at San Diego, man.
Yeah, the Chargers are.
This was their year.
And what are they?
And be part of the pack.
They're what the hell's their record? They're 4-2.
But so, they're not a good looking 4-2.
They're not a good 4-2.
No.
Well, I told you about Khalil Mack, and that's coming to that guy there.
You know what? We talked about that, and I wanted to let you know something. When we said that the other day when we talked, and then I looked something up after the fact, and I wanted to tell you something. I wanted to give you a little stat here, buddy.
Okay.
Ready? Do you know how many sacks he's got on the year?
I don't.
Dude, he's already got 5 sacks.
Oh, wow.
He's got 5 sacks. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Maybe.
So maybe he's having a quiet resurgence. But 5 sacks ain't nothing to sneeze at.
This is the year one. I mean, the year one with the Bears, he went wide. He brought him to the playoffs himself that year. He went crazy. They actually beat Aaron Rodgers that year because of him, his first year.
He's almost averaging.
That's him.
Well, he's averaging like a sack every other game now, but in the first game of the season, he had 3 sacks.
Oh, okay. But
against Las Vegas, against the Raiders.
That's right. His old team. Yeah. I'm not a big I
know you're not a fan of him, but I saw that and I looked it up and I was like, wow, he's actually having a phenomenal season right now.
And I think as I predicted, and I don't predict everything right, but I knew year one, he's going to be good. He was outstanding for the Bears. He could have been MVP. He was so crazy that year.
I remember how good he was when he got to the
unbelievable. And he's doing good here. I feel, but both
like his second year, he starts to tail off or something.
Kind of. I mean, that's what I want. I mean, it was bad, but I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. We'll see. We'll see out there on the West Coast. But I mean, he could probably use Bosa to be healthy and have a little more. I was going to
say, if Bosa was healthy, he could be having a comeback player of the year kind of a fucking.
Someone might want to get Robert Quinn from the Bears. He broke Richard Dent's record last year. He had 22.5 sacks last year. Someone please trade for Robert Quinn.
How many has he got in the year right now?
Yeah, not many. But that might not be his problem. You know what I mean? I think if you put him somewhere with a team that's got a chance to do something, I think you might get rejuvenated Robert Quinn, who is disruptive and can be incredible. I seen it. Last year, he was something else.
Phenomenal. Last year, he had a great year.
22.5 sacks. That's crazy.
That's insane.
Let's do some picks, Robin. What do you why don't we see what Robin does? She never goes first. Here, we'll let you go first this week. All right, I'll go first. You want me to go first?
Why don't we do it like this?
All right, go ahead.
Why don't we just I'm looking at the FanDuel right now with the odds, or you guys can. Why don't we just say the game and we'll all make our pick?
That's fine.
Instead of us each individually doing all of our picks, that way it's a little bit easier.
Okay, we can do it that way. Let's go. Right. You got to have the numbers, though. You give us the numbers.
I have everything in front of me right now.
All right, go ahead.
Sure Robin does too. Not that it's I'm FanDuel. Okay.
Go on.
Lions, Cowboys. Lions plus 6.5.
Robin, do you have a feeling on that game?
That is not one of the games that I picked, but if I were to go with it, I would probably lean towards Dallas.
Yeah, I like Detroit in this one a little bit. I kind of like Detroit. I didn't pick that game either, but I kind of like Detroit. What about you, Scott, in that one?
I like Detroit because I don't think Dak's going to have a wonderful comeback game.
It's going to be tough. Yeah, first game.
That's a lot of points, man, in the NFL these days.
If
One
they
stat
were
I wanted to tell you is if for the first, I think it was the first 4 weeks of the season, if you bet the under on every single game, you would be ahead right now.
Oh, wow.
The NFL in scoring is down 107 points right now from last year, or 107 touchdowns, I think it is.
They must be making tons of money because everyone likes to bet over.
People are asking the question, are the defenses are just coming up and catching up with the offensive now? Because that's a lot. 100's a lot.
It really is. Yeah.
So that's why I'm mentioning that in regards to people possibly betting any overs and unders in some of these games. The unders seem to be on a roll for a lot of games, but I digress.
Yeah.
Go ahead. So, okay. I myself, I like Dallas. I like Dallas because it's 6.5, not 7.
Oh, you do like
you like
the Cowboys. Okay.
I'm sorry. Yes, I like the Cowboys. I know I said that about Dak, but I just think, I don't know, Detroit, they just make me too nervous to put money on.
Yeah,
I know I said Detroit first off, and I talked shit about Dak, but I think Dallas's defense is too good. I think it's too good.
What's the next game you got up there?
Colts Titans. Colts
God,
plus 2.5.
I hate this game. This game has
Matt
beaten
Ryan
me.
has the second most passing yards in the league.
Yeah, this game is a bitch. This game here, I remember how many times, Robin, I bet this.
Yes.
I hate this game. I have no idea who I'd play. If gun to my head, I'm going to go with the Titans.
I was just going to say that, dude. If I had a gun to my head, that's the only reason I'd bet.
I'm going with the Titans. Robin, you didn't pick this game, did you?
I did.
Who would you go with in this game?
You know what? I might lean towards the Colts if Jonathan Taylor's back.
Okay.
He is back, I believe.
Is he?
Yeah.
I believe so, yeah. I myself, I like the Titans. Reason why? 2.5. It's not 3 points. It's 2.5.
Right.
To me, I don't know. The Colts got to prove something, man. They didn't prove shit to me the first few weeks of the season when I did bet them.
Yeah.
You got to win me back, man. You got to get me back. The Titans, they seem to be getting back to form a little bit more. So
Scott, let us know which ones would be ones that you would put money on.
Okay, yeah.
You just got to go through the ones we were going to bet. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Just give us the actual ones that you're going. We go through them all, but then just tell me when you're giving them, like, which one you really like. So I don't.
Oh, I'll give you my favorite.
Okay. Next, what do you got?
I hate to say this, but it's Jacksonville and the Giants. Giants plus 3.
You like New York?
I love New York, dude.
I do too. That's one of the games.
Me too. I picked the Giants
plus
too.
3 as well.
That was mine.
Good. I know Jacksonville's defense is great, and they're starting to come around. So for me, honestly, if I was betting for a fact, I'd bet this, but I wouldn't put a ton of money on it.
Giants. We all like the Giants, Robin.
I like the Giants, so because I think they're just playing too good.
The three of us all. Yep.
Is Deshaun Watson playing this week?
Ooh, I don't know. Good question.
That's something you need to know because I think he might be. I haven't heard much about it, but I thought this was his week he came back.
Is this week 8?
How many weeks is he out? 6 games, right?
I thought it was 8.
Oh, is it 8?
I think it's 8. Yeah, I don't think he's back
either.
You know what it is?
I think he's been. I don't know if he's allowed to practice yet or not. Maybe I've heard his name rumbled around, but not much. Okay, so Cleveland plus 6.5 at Baltimore. What is going on with
the games that I picked?
You took this game?
Mm-hmm.
Who do you like?
I like Baltimore minus the 6.5.
You like Baltimore? Okay.
Yes.
That's so tough. Oh my God.
Baltimore scares me so bad in the second half, and I just don't understand that with them.
If I had to take it, and I really wouldn't play this game because I just hate it. I'd probably go with Cleveland plus 6.5, but the Ravens should win the game by a touchdown. Why not?
That's a lot of points.
Yeah. I don't know.
Has not been playing that bad. I would take, if I had to, I'm not good about it, but if I had to, I'd do the same, John.
Next one.
Atlanta Falcons at the Cincinnati Bengals. Falcons plus a lot of 6.5s.
Yeah, there is. Did you play this game?
I did not.
I didn't either. But if I was going to, I might You know what? Let me go with the Bengals. I'm going to be quiet. I was going to say the Falcons. I'm going to go with the Bengals. I'm going to say the Bengals can win it by 7.
I actually bet this. I think Atlanta's going to win. I like Atlanta.
You like Atlanta? Okay.
Cordarrelle Patterson's back this week. That's a big deal for them.
Atlanta's
playing great.
Yeah. All right. Atlanta plus 6.5. Nice.
Robin, who did you like?
She kind of likes the Bengals, but I don't think either of us like it enough to say anything, right, Robin? You said the Bengals, yeah. But I wanted to say Atlanta, and there part of me was being pulled towards Atlanta, and I just didn't do it. So
now, Heineke's played for the Commanders this week. It's Commanders plus 4.5, only plus 4.5. Wow, against Green Bay.
Green Bay.
I think they might continue to slide, man. I don't know if Heineke's not terrible, and if you can be okay, I mean, if you can put some points up against that defense is not playing as good as they should be.
And I know the Commanders have a good defense against the pass. I know that.
Here's another game, dude. This is a game. Even if I probably wouldn't bet. That line, God, these guys are good. That line's pretty good. But see, 1.5. It's almost. If I had to take somebody, I'd take the Commanders plus 4.5.
Robin, any thoughts on this one?
Oh gosh, this is a tough one.
I might go with the points.
Yeah, I probably
and
would
Green
too.
Bay wins by 3.
Yeah, from what I've seen out of Green Bay so far this year, I would probably.
Heineke might be better than Carson Wentz.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
He very well could.
He's yeah. I think he might be. I think they might benefit. McLaurin, I think, might have a really good game.
Right. Yeah, you're probably right.
I like Washington.
What do you got next?
Okay, here's my lock of the week.
Okay.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Carolina Panthers. Now, I know I just talked a lot of shit. Carolina's plus 13.5. I don't think you could give them 28 points this week. They could cover. I just think Tampa Bay is going to completely destroy them after what happened to Tampa last week. I think they come out against a team that's obviously tanking. Yeah. And I think it's going to show. And I know Carolina's defense is pretty good, but I think a lot of guys are going to mail it in possibly the rest of the season just due to the fire sale that's going on over there right now. I think you're not giving them anything to play for.
No, it's over.
It's over. When you trade the best player on the team, you've officially lost the team.
And you don't even have a rookie quarterback. You don't have anything. You really don't. You're playing with quarterbacks.
I don't even know that Baker's playing this week. I think Sam Darnold's healthy again. I think he might be the starter.
He's not. It's PJ Walker.
It's PJ Walker.
PJ Walker. That tells you a lot about Sam Darnold because I think he's off IR now.
He's not healthy.
Oh, he's still not healthy? Oh, okay. I thought I heard something about him coming back. Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know much about PJ Walker. Is he any good?
I saw him, and where did I see him? I think he in like the USFL, one of those leagues or something.
It's going to be bad.
He's athletic, but it's not going to work out. That's a good play, Buccaneers.
That's my pick, man. I just that's not even enough points. It should be higher, actually. I think.
What's the next?
Houston at the Raiders. Houston plus 7
at the Raiders. Oh my God!
These spreads are freaking right on this week. I'll give you my next lock of the week is after this game too. Sorry,
I'm going to go with the Raiders because I think they will do. They're going to have a big week. They're due. I mean, I think they win this game pretty handily. I'm not playing it though, but
yeah, I wouldn't play it. But if I did, I'd go with the Raiders.
I don't see
how you can bet on Houston.
Yeah,
Houston's just not who I thought they were going to be. I thought they'd play a little bit better. I had a lot of faith in Dougie Mills at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Anybody who bet the Minnesota Vikings, like I told them to at the beginning of the season, would probably be pretty happy right now. But I myself will take the Raiders as well. I think they're going to destroy them.
Next
game up is my second lock of the week.
Okay.
New York Jets at the Denver Broncos. My New York Jets plus 1. I don't even know. It should just be a pick 'em, really.
Right.
In my honesty, I think the Denver Broncos should be getting points. I'd be giving Denver 3 on this. Even with at home, they'd be -3. That'd be a total of 6. That's where they're at. As far as I'm concerned, the Jets are going to completely destroy Russell Wilson's. That defense is going to eat him alive this week.
That's one of mine.
No doubt.
So I take the Jets. That's one of mine too. I got the Jets and Giants so far. Yep. Love the Jets.
I like the Jets a lot too. I did not take them, but that I don't know why I did.
Right.
I just Russell Wilson's just such a mess. I mean, I don't even understand it anymore. What's going on there? Next game up is Seahawks at the Chargers. Chargers -5.
I did not play this game,
Neither did
but I gotta tell you, the Chargers better win this game. But I don't know what to expect out of Seattle. This freaking Geno Smith, the whole day. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I don't know.
I like Seattle +5. I think Geno Smith's going to continue doing what he does, what he's been doing.
Isn't that something?
Yes.
They're running that
show me regression. He's been playing good every week.
Kenny Walker's good too. Sky Walker there for Seattle. That running back from Michigan State is good. He was. I think he's.
I think if you had even a little bit better quarterback play, they'd be a force. We thought they were tanking this year. Remember, everybody at the beginning of the season trying to get DK Metcalf and everything.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker's good. That kid's good. That's probably a good play. I don't know. Chargers got to do something though.
I'm sorry. You know what? Did you see?
He's hurt.
I saw their coach. Let me tell you, I saw their coach after a win. Good win, Rob.
Yeah.
And it was the most. I was like uncomfortable listening to the guy talk. Yeah. Like he didn't know how to pump his team up even after a win or whatever. It just wasn't.
I saw that.
Didn't seem natural. Did you see that? It just didn't even seem natural. I was like, wow, way to get your team fired up, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I got no faith in that guy. I love Seattle.
All right. Next one.
Robin. Who did Robin like?
Oh, Robin. Who do you like in this one? That's right.
I think this one, it's going to be a very close game. I would probably lean towards the points, even though I feel like the Chargers have more to prove. I think it could come down to a field goal.
I think what's his name's hurt.
Yeah, I
really think the quarterback's hurt.
Herbert.
Yeah, I think there's something. It's just
that's why I love everything Robin just said. Is every reason why I would bet this game.
He's nursing something, and I'm sure it's rib related or whatever.
Or something. Or his ribs. His ribs. Dude, that shit takes a long time to heal, dude. I don't care what anybody says. It doesn't, and you're constantly taking hits. I don't care if you've got rib guards on or not.
Yeah.
That shit hurts.
Yeah, that's Next one.
Next game is and McCaffrey's playing. He is definitely playing, I guess, goal line. Kansas City Chiefs at 49ers. 49ers +1.5.
I'll go with the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs will. The Chiefs are still, to me, there's Buffalo, there's Kansas City, and everyone else, and I just think I don't see them losing this game. I didn't pick it, but I don't see them losing it.
I'm taking the 49ers.
You're going to take the Niners?
I think they get a little bit of a kick in the ass from McCaffrey, and I actually expect McCaffrey to have a touchdown in this game.
That'll be interesting.
I don't think they're going to be ready I don't think anybody's going to be ready. I don't think that Kansas City has had enough time to prepare for Christian McCaffrey being on that offense. And they've already said he's playing. So, you know what I mean? I think they're just going to be caught off guard with possibly a couple things. That's my opinion. That's why I like the 49ers.
Robin, any thoughts?
I didn't pick this one, but if I did, I'd go with the Chiefs. I know what you're saying, Scott, but I think also Christian McCaffrey hasn't had time to adjust to the 49ers offense yet either. So I think they're going to use him very sparingly. I think we'll see the bump from Christian McCaffrey in their next game.
Chiefs 49ers. Going to be a good one. What's next?
I agree with everything you just said. Like I wouldn't bet this game, but I just think it's going to go 49ers direction.
Should be good.
Next one is Tua's first game back. The Pittsburgh Steelers at the Miami Dolphins. Miami -7.5.
This is one I took. I love Miami. I think they kill them. I like Miami a lot in this game.
I think you're going to see a lot of touchdowns too.
Yeah, I like Miami a lot. So that's one of mine. Robin, anything on this one?
I did not pick this one, but I agree with you. I think Miami wins this.
Yeah, I think it's a good one. I think it's a good place for them.
Sunday night, John's game of the week. The Chicago Bears at the New England Patriots. The slightly frozen tundra
of New England. Yeah. Well, New England, what do you got that line at?
+7.5 for Chicago.
I took this as one of my games.
All right, who do you like?
I like the Bears with the points. I just don't I know the Bears don't score, but I can't see Mac Jones and the Patriots beating anyone by 7.5.
You know what? Be careful. Their guy is coming back. The Bears. I can't even remember his name. Neil Harry, whatever his name is. He's healthy finally, so he gets to play his first game against the Patriots.
Coming back this week.
Yep, this is his first game back, and he's pretty fired up to play the Patriots. And I'm disgusted. This game should be hidden. The Bears game should be I should be the only one allowed to see him. And no, I don't know if anyone else should be allowed because everyone just talks shit. And then they talk and they don't even know what they're talking about. It drives me insane. So
Can we just say that the Sunday and Thursday night games this season have sucked almost every single game?
And this one's Monday night.
How do you put the Chiefs and Bills on at 4:25?
I know. Yes, that game should have been on. It should have been Monday or Sunday.
Game?
Yeah, crazy, absolutely crazy. And now they're going to play. You told me they didn't. Who am I taking? I am going to go. I'm going to go with the Patriots. It's a lot. That's a big line. I guess maybe the Bears. Patriots win, Bears cover.
Gotcha. That 0.5 scares me. It always does. That 0.5s or the 3s always make me nervous. But, man, until they can start protecting that guy, I just don't know. I see Chicago getting completely blown out in this, possibly. I mean, maybe Mac Jones is back. I don't know. He's got to show me. If I had to bet it, I'd bet New England.
Very good.
This Bill is great with defense. I mean, that's
it's gonna be a tough game.
But,
it'll be interesting.
Our final game.
I think that was it.
I'm not showing a Monday night game.
That was Monday night. The Bears Patriots are Monday night.
Oh, I was reading these. I'm sorry. So Pitt and Miami. The time was on top. So the way I was looking at it, I thought the time was on top. My fault.
So Robin, who did Scott take? Give me his plays.
Scott has the Giants +3, the Falcons +6.5, the Bucks -13.5, the Jets +1, and the Seahawks +5.
All right.
A lot of underdogs this week. I like, huh?
Robin, who's your give me your plays and then give me the college game you like.
Okay, I've got the Giants +3, Baltimore -6.5, the Bears +7.5, and college-wise this week, I like Ole Miss +1.5 and LSU.
Very good. All right, Ole Miss. I have the Giants, the Jets, and the Dolphins. Those are my pro picks. College, I love Colorado +24 at Oregon State. I guess the Oregon State quarterback, Chance Nolan, is going to be out or should be out, and even if he plays, he's kind of banged up. So I like 24. I like to take +24 with Colorado. I like Oklahoma State +6.5 against Texas. I really like Oklahoma State's coach Gundy, or whatever the hell his name is. I think they might win the game outright. And then my pick I love the Sun Belt. I really love the Sun Belt Conference. A conference without Appalachian State and Troy and all them. I like Georgia Southern +2.5 at Old Dominion. I really like Georgia Southern. I think they win outright. I do like Maryland.
What's the spread on that game?
Georgia Southern's +2.5 last time I saw. I wouldn't care if it was the other way, even if it went the other way. I do like Maryland -13.5 at Northwestern, against Northwestern. I know Tua's brother might not play, but I don't even know if I care because Northwestern's really bad. And number 8 TCU is playing Kansas State. I like Kansas State +3.5 in this one, but not enough. I guess not really enough to. But I threw them out there, so whatever. But those other three.
Kansas State, they lost for me. Lost my parlay. Those son of a bitches.
Did they? Yeah. So that's it, man. Another one in the. Next week, we got to talk a little bit of hockey because now the season is now more than a week old. We got some things happening. The Sabres look pretty darn good. The Maple Leafs had a little bit of, what would you say, a little controversy, but they're still winning games. And a lot to talk about there. I'm going to try to see if we can find Micah Jello to see if we can talk to us for 15, 20 minutes.
Real quick.
Yeah.
One more thing I wanted to bring up, and I forgot. Messenger. I had said I wanted to bring it up. I am so over the talk of where OBJ is going to go. I'm so done with it. The dude is not going to probably even be cleared to play until the end of December or January. Nobody gives a shit. I don't want to hear about it for the next 2 months on who, Kansas City cleared. I don't give a shit. I don't want to hear about it anymore. I'm so sick of hearing about it. That's just my opinion. I'd love the Bills to get him, but realistically, they don't need him.
You know who could use him?
That's like adding fuzzy dice to your mirror. It's an accessory. They don't need him. It'd be great to have him. They don't.
The two teams that could need him is Kansas City and Tampa. I still think those two teams could use him.
Kansas City could totally use him.
Can't forget Green Bay because they're just out of it.
I think
it'd be interesting if you.
He doesn't go to the Giants.
How about Minnesota?
I know the odds are probably not, but dude, who knows? The Giants look good. If they had another, their wide receivers are hurt. I mean, fuck, who knows, dude? Who knows?
Vikings.
Things have happened.
I think the Vikings could be a spot for him.
Really? Why would the Vikings take him?
They're 5-1. Maybe they think they can win.
They got enough balls to feed him. I mean, with Thielen and Justin there, I
don't know. Thielen doesn't really do it much.
3 number ones on one team.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I guess really, honestly, it's Kansas City. Tampa would really benefit. I think it would be more than just an accessory to them.
I think I could see Tampa because of Tom. I could see Tom just being him and having them pay him whatever. Tom taking a cut off his contract. I could see him doing all that shit.
Well, because if you have Godwin, if you have Evans, and you have him, that's decent. I mean, and if Tom Brady, if they can protect him, that's the other problem. They can't protect Brady.
They can't protect him, dude. He's gonna get hurt this year if they keep hitting him the way they're hitting him.
I know. Yeah,
he's gonna get hurt.
I don't. Yeah, you're right. He is. It's got to happen.
He has the best completion percentage in the league when he's not hurried. Yeah. And the worst when he is.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's been terrible this year. He's been running for constantly.
Yeah.
He's getting hit all the time.
All right. We should probably wrap it. Listen, Padres game's starting here shortly.
Hey, I like that hat. That hat's sweet.
Oh, you like? Thanks. Padres.
Yeah, I like it. I saw the side of it. It looks.
Oh, yeah. The Padres start here in about 20 minutes. And we like the Padres tonight.
Let's go, Padres. Come on.
Yeah. So why don't we get on? Robin, we're going to leave now.
Yep.
All right. Let's go home. You're already home. We're home too.
You're home too.
But I always feel like I'm playing away. I don't know what it is. I always feel like I'm playing. That's just my attitude. Because when it comes to sports, I'm so fucked up. Think about, and as being a fan, I mean, I know you guys, the Bills, are the same way, but I'm right there. All my teams are the same. It's just I'm just always waiting for like when Lucy pulls the ball away. I'm always waiting for that to just get.
Now, let me tell you something. You know where you're lucky is your wife loves sports. That's where you're lucky.
Yes,
I look at my wife and I go, Jesus Christ, can you even believe? I have absolutely no idea what you're even talking about. Then the other day during the Bills game, I'm in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Football's on and I got bets going on. She's going, oh God, I got the red zone thing on. She's making all this noise. I go, okay, you got to stop. I'm trying to cook. You're giving me anxiety because I don't know you don't even know what you're looking at. Oh, he did something good. Well, that tells me not a lot.
Right. Yeah.
I'm doing it all day. I tell her she has to stop. She's like, I don't know how you watch when she watched the Bills game with me, and then we'll go. And when I told you this the other night, she said, I have no idea how you watch this. It gives me so much anxiety. I said, the Bills are cardiac football. They kind of always have been.
Because you're always
sports. That's sports, man. It gets your blood going. It gets you because they just always hear me yelling. Yeah, they don't know what the fuck's going on. They just think I'm a lunatic.
If you're a Bills fan, if you're a Leafs fan, you're always. I think it's because we're always waiting for disaster. You're always waiting. If there's 12 seconds left, I hope there's only 5. If there's I need to have the body. I need to see the dead body before I'll even come close to celebrate.
Dude, after they win a tight game, I have to wait 10 minutes before I celebrate just to make sure what I saw is what happened.
Yeah, to make sure they didn't replay. They didn't replay. All right,
buddy.
That's awesome. Let's get out of here, Scott.
Right, I'll be talking to you. Bet safe. Don't bet more than you can pay.
That's perfect advice. Take care, everybody.